one final touch I want to show you guys. The image looks spectacular as it is right now, but there's just a little bit more that can be done. And first, let's duplicate our background. Actually, let's save first, just in case. I recommend you guys do it just as often or even more often than I do it, because you never know, a few losses of a few hours worth of work is all it takes for you to start saving insanely often. Okay, so anyways, let's duplicate that retouched layer and go up to the filter menu, select Sharpen and Unsharp Mask. We're not really looking to sharpen the image, we're looking to increase local contrast, basically make the highlights brighter and the shadows deeper just with this tool. Increase the radius and basically increase, and I guess if I make the effect really strong, you'll understand what's actually going on. Look at me raise the radius all the way up to the top, and you can definitely see that the highlights are becoming lighter and the shadows are becoming darker. But we don't want to bring it up too bright, this is definitely overdoing it. So let's take it down to like maybe 15%. Something like 15%. And watch me click the preview button off and on. And look at that. It's totally increasing that contrast and the difference between the highlights and shadows without making things look sharper. And the reason why I wanted to create this separate layer is because I want to fade, or basically change the opacity down just a tiny little bit. My Photoshop is still tweaking out for some reason, so let's take this down about 70, and that should do it right there. Okay, so with that done, look at that, with the layer off and with it on, it just adds a little bit more punch to the image. Except for the dark side, the shadows go a little bit too deep for my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a levels adjustment layer and bring that midtones up just a tad, so that way our image doesn't go too dark. Let's pull back away a little bit and see how it is without it and with. Well, I think we're done, guys. So here's the before original image and after final result. Again, before original image and after. Let's zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. And before, after. Looks quite nice, and as you can see, here's a 50% view. Every single pore on this face is still retained. Everything, you can see every tiny little skin cell. Here's the image at 100%. You can definitely see those cells in the structure, in the face, and everything else. No blurring whatsoever, and the image looks spectacular. Now that we're done with the image, one final thing that I like to do, we're no longer interested in these two retouched copies, just one. So I'm going to go ahead and merge that one down into that one single retouched file.